it's Brittany. So today is going to be a dream time video, and today I'll be telling you this dream that I've had years ago. And yeah, I've had this dream about I don't know how long, but it was years ago. And so in this dream, it was quite short, but um, in this dream, um, it showed where I was at the movie theater. But the thing is, this movie theater, public movie theater in particular, this one doesn't look like any of the ones that we see now. You know, it doesn't look modern or anything, but it actually looked like this like old fashioned theater on the outside, like the interior design of this theater and the way it looked on the outside. It looked great. Like I said, it looked like old fashioned, um, like I said, details and everything, like the interior design, like not just on the outside, but on the inside too, because there is like certain wallpaper, certain colors, and um, certain theater decor that looked, not new. I mean, they were new furniture, they were like new everything, but at the same time, it didn't look new, like modern. It just looked like old fashioned design of the theater, both the outside and the inside. But this theater, no matter how it looked, that this theater was playing both new and old movies. And I remember when I went in, I was just looking around, really looking of all the details in this theater, but it looked great. And I just loved it, and it was just something very different. And I actually didn't like how it didn't look so modern, because I will be honest though, I mean, of course, I know we are living in a very modern time, but I feel like there are so many things that are new and everything. And even though I like things that are new, but I feel like when it comes to certain specific things, like when it comes to furniture or designs, maybe of like certain styles of things, even when it comes to interior designs of how houses look on the outside and inside, even buildings. I feel like I don't like everything that looks so modern, where it's just like this, like where it looks so squarish, or kind of looks like almost like a glass house, or I feel like there's not enough room, or I feel like there's just not enough detail, or just certain things where I feel like it's just missing something. So even though there are some things I like that are new, but I feel like, I don't know, I just really love like how things looked back then, like that, whether it was like furniture or interior designs of houses or buildings. I feel like I love it when it's more like where it's like the old fashioned kind, because I just love it because it was so different then. And I feel like you don't really see that today. You really don't. You hardly see that. Like, you rarely do. And I feel like I said, honestly, that's just what I like. Even like even Gothic. um, style too, old Victorian style as well. And that's just what I really like. And so yeah, I really like that. But so anyway, I'm just saying that in this dream of the theater, that's how it looked. And I just remember just really looking around and just remember just thinking like, wow, like who did this? Because I didn't know exactly like who built the theater and decided that they wanted the movie theater to look like that, but the way the way they designed it on the outside and inside, it just looked great. It's almost like if you were going back in time, and it just had this different feel to it, which I really liked. But I just also like the fact that how this theater was playing both new and old movies, and it's like you can choose like any movie that you want to see. And it's like if you do want to see the new one, of course you would have to pay a little bit more. But if you want to see any movie that isn't quite so new, and if you want to see an old movie, then it's like you don't have to pay that much for it, which I thought was quite different. And of course they did have the lobby, the snack lobby where you could get snacks, popcorn and drinks. But even the way that looked was amazing. And so yeah, I just remember walking in there, just looking around. Now I didn't went in there to see a movie. I was just looking around, and I couldn't help but to really, really look around and look at how great everything looked. Like, wow. And I just remember thinking like I could just stay in here for hours, or I could pretty much, like spend the night there. Or, just like if I could, I would probably have maybe a bedroom in the theater so that way I could just like live there. But no. So yeah, at some point I remember I was just like I said looking around, and I just couldn't help but to be amazed by how this theater looked and everything, and I loved it. And then at some point I think people were walking out of the theater because there are some people that have seen a movie. I don't know what movie, but they were walking out, and other people were just walking out of the movie theater. So I remember I thought, okay, I know I would have to get going, but I thought, man, I would love to come back here because I would want to come back here to watch a movie here, but of course I would love to take another tour again and just walk through the whole theater, just looking at everything, of every single detail of the interior design of the theater itself. And yeah, I just remember thinking that I would love to go back there. But that was like, and of course, felt real. And I remember just when I walked out, I remember looking at the outside of the theater, and I'm like, wow, like this looks amazing. And so after that, it was over. I woke up, and when I did woke up from this dream, I was like, is that theater real? And the thing is, I don't think it is. I don't think if there is a movie theater out there where it doesn't look modern, but has like this, maybe like this certain type of old-fashioned interior design, both on the outside and inside, where it just feels like you're going back in time. So I don't think there is a movie theater out there that probably looks like that, the way how it looked in my dream. But who knows, maybe one day if there is a movie theater that might look like that in a way, then I would actually love to go inside that movie theater. But yeah, I don't think that kind of movie theater actually exists. But maybe one day, if it becomes a reality, then it probably could. And I wouldn't doubt it. Like, if someone might have that idea to kind of bring that kind of theater to life with that kind of style of how the theater should look, maybe one day, or maybe I could end up coming up with that idea one day. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that exactly. I mean, I could, but I'm not exactly sure because someone else might have that in mind and they might do that. But like I don't know. But that's how the dream ended. And I will say this too, which is true, by the way, that you can't respect the future if you can't respect the past. And that's very true. And so with me, it's like, as much as I respect and appreciate the newer things that we have, even the everything that we have that's very modern, but at the same time, my I feel like when it comes to certain things of furniture or interior designs of certain things, like I said, of maybe buildings or houses, the way they look on the outside and inside, even though I don't like everything that's modern looking, some things I do, but not exactly everything. But I think that's because I just appreciate more of the much older interior designs of how things looked back then, because it was just so different. It was so unique and it really stand out. You know what I mean? My voice is a little dry, you know. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Somehow my voice was getting a bit dry. I don't know why, but yeah, it did. Maybe because I need something to drink. I think that's what it is. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying before that happened. That yes, I do have a more appreciation for um, the much older interior designs of how things looked back then, and you know how they look so different and unique, and they really stood out, you know. And even with those designs and details, it's just, like I said, so unique and it really stands out. And to me, it's just so beautiful too. And you don't see that anymore. And that, I think that's what makes me sad, is that you don't see those particular unique designs from way back then, and you don't see them now. And it's like, what happened? Okay, yeah, I know what happened. Things have changed, times have changed, and we are living in this very modern time. I get that. But can we at least bring those back? Because it's like yeah, just because those designs have may have really stood out during that time, that doesn't mean they have to cease to exist. You know, like, I don't know, I would just really like to see it back, like maybe in some maybe the way how some houses can look like that, maybe a little bit, and maybe with some things, you know. And I would just really love to see that, because whenever I see it, like how things look back then, whenever I see it in YouTube videos, or you know, like even when I watch movies where when they work really hard on a movie, and then knowing that it takes place at a certain time, and you see how everything looks so different but also very, like I said, unique and beautiful, and how you don't see that anymore, I'm like, that makes me sad. It does. It just makes me feel like, what happened? Like I said, I know what happened. Times have changed, but that doesn't mean that because times have completely changed. That doesn't mean that um, those designs can't can't somehow coexist within this modern time, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just pretty much how I feel about it. And so yeah, that's my dream. And yes, I felt like I had to share that with you guys. So leave a comment down below on what you thought about this dream. And I hope you had a great Christmas. And to see more like this, to see more movie content and dreams, because believe it or not, I actually do have dreams about not just things like this, but I also have dreams about movies and some TV shows. So to see more movie content and dreams and reaction videos, to see more of this, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload. And leave a comment down below what you thought of the dream, and how do you feel about that? Do you like more modern design or not? Do you like the more much older interior designs? You know. So yeah, let me know about that too. So anyway, that is all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.